And then it basically was dumb. It was a dumb thing to do. He bought these properties, and they've lost huge amounts of money. So he took a good thing that he had, a lot of cash that had come out of The Apprentice, and basically wasted it by spending it on golf courses that have lost money. That was one thing. The other thing was the depth of the financial peril that President Trump faces after he leaves office, if he leaves office next year, that he has a bunch of money-losing properties that have really large loans that all come due with personal guarantees from Trump himself in the next 2 to 3 years. So if he loses in November and becomes a private businessman, he's staring down the barrel of a huge number of financial problems that don't have good solutions, especially at a time that COVID is hitting the hospitality business.
David, I should note that this news broke. As this news broke, President Trump was in the briefing room giving a briefing, so reporters were able to ask him about that question. We're going to bring you that sound in just a minute. In the meanwhile, I'll tell you, David, what he said, which is that the story is, quote, totally fake. You could have asked me the same question 4 years ago. I had to litigate this and talk about it. Totally fake news. Actually, I pay taxes. He then says, I would be proud to show that is fakeness. I mean, does that comport with what we've seen in the last 4 years?
Dude, I'm losing it, dude. I'm losing it. In 2017, the president's $750 contribution to the operation of the U.S. government was dwarfed by the $15,598 he and his companies paid in Panama, and the $145,000 in India, and the $156,000 in the Philippines.
Oh, you're such a big man, Hassan.
Dude, America is so cucked. We are literally the most cucked nation, dude. I love this. I love this story because it's the most obvious story ever. And the fun thing you will hear from all the Republicans who used to say this is fake news, Trump is on my side, he's my president. Now they're going to say, of course a billionaire avoided taxes. He's right. He's right to do so. If you can do it, why don't you do it? That's my president. I want a smart president who avoids taxes. Like, failing to recognize that it's people like him that are fucking up this country, and now you have elected one.
3 months, boy.
Just posted, the New York Times has obtained the president's tax return information for thousands of personal and corporate returns going back decades. Here's our first story. Watch this space for additional articles in the coming weeks. God damn, dude. Isn't it great when they actually fucking do?
Here.
Oh, shit. If you
Yes, we have the president here.
Oh, shit. If you don't. It's great.
Yes, we have the president.
Ah, shit. I thought that was Trump, but I don't know. Trump has an established track record of stifling his lenders, but the tax returns reveal that he's failed to pay back more money than previously known, a total of $287 million since 2010. Look, guys. Yeah, I know Ninja replied. I saw. Listen. Are you excited? I'm excited. Are you excited to hear how much Republicans flip this to be like, he's actually smart? Because I'm excited. I know that they're going to do this. What did I say? Trump says fake news. He says he paid more, doesn't specify how much he paid. Then he fucking turns around and says, well, you're going to reveal it, but we can't. We're going to reveal it. Everyone's so mean to me. That's exactly what he said. And Republicans are going to turn around and be like, what did Joe Biden pay in taxes? I'm sure he was fake too. By the way, the number for Joe Biden in that same tax period is $3 million.
Trump is
3.5 million or something Joe and Jill Biden paid in taxes. Just so you guys know. I believe Bernie Sanders paid to the tune of like 300,000. Yeah, so just remember that when we have these conversations. Yeah, they're suckers. They're liberal suckers. Elizabeth Warren paid, I think, 200,000 or something like that. Bernie paid 300,000. So, I'm like giving you estimate figures off the top of my mind. Obviously, these are not exact numbers, but they 100% are going to be like, Joe Biden, if he paid so much, how much did he pay to China? How much did he pay to China? Yeah, oh, here it is. 3.7 for Joe Biden. Kamala Harris paid 500,000. Bernie paid 300,000 and 343,000. Elizabeth Warren, 268. Of course, the New York Times did not need to do an investigation to find these numbers because they revealed them. That's great. $750. I love that all this news is now just editorials, Republicans this, Democrats that. Stop assuming everyone in the party is the same. Wait, I hate all of them. So I think they all suck. They're all the same in both parties. That's the actual five-head take. Most of them. Do you think this story will ensure Biden wins? Dude, I don't even know what the fuck is coming. If this is what they are, if this is what they pre-cocked October with, what else? What kind of oppo is out there still in October? But also, ultimately, none of this matters because he could just say fake news. Dude, listen. Like, Americans fucking think that Donald Trump is fighting an international pedophile crime syndicate that is inside of the deep state. Okay? Like, there are a non-zero. There is like a percentage of Republicans. Now, the actual percentage of how many Republicans are in the base that believe this wholeheartedly and genuinely, but there is a not insignificant amount of people who literally think Donald Trump is personally combating deep state pedophile interdimensional vampires in the Democratic Party and also in the Republican Party, they're rhinos, and in the deep state. Like, there are millions of people who believe this in America. Right now, you see him at his fucking rallies. They throw up the Q signs. You think these people give a fuck that Donald Trump paid $750 in taxes? No. All it takes for these fucking psychos is to say, no, here's a meme that says Donald Trump paid $750 million in taxes. And they'll be like, oh my God, my president paid the most. He paid $750 million in taxes.
This is a deranged pervert.
Hold on.
It was a lie. I actually did not add extra zeros, them libtards. They don't know math. You should be asking where there's proof where there are these returns. Why can't they be released without giving away the sources? This is Slasher and Doc all over again. Well, I know, but I can't show you any proof. But believe me, he only paid $750. Wait. You do recognize that there is a difference between the New York Times and Slasher, right? As a matter of fact, the reason why Slasher could not go to fucking market with this hot news story that he had was because he didn't have the legal protection from a masthead like the New York Times. And that if it's actually fucking fake news, the president could literally not only sue the fuck out of them, but could even change the law. You have to be a complete fucking moron. Like, you have to have a brain so smooth that if I could slip and fall on it. Okay? That is how little wrinkles you have inside of your mind if you compare the Dr. Disrespect Slasher story to the tax returns of Donald Trump that has been an ongoing instance of investigative reporting from the New York Times for nearly half a fucking decade at this point. Your LSF brain is so sad and so pathetic that I don't know if there is any amount of information that would change you, that could help you, that could save your brain. It's over. You're done. You are functionally a vegetable. Okay? I'm glad that you go about every single day remembering to breathe without having to manually do it. Doesn't matter. Still voting for Trump. Oh, I know, brother. I know. Because that's the exact same mentality that I was referencing. That's the reason why people's minds won't change. Okay? That's the reason why people are like, I don't give a fuck, doesn't matter. That's my president. Still voting for him. Are you triggered, libtard? Are you mad? Are you mad, libtard, that he only paid $750? Are you mad, libtard? I'm still voting for him. Still my president. Yeah, you're dumb. If I could get away with paying $750 in fucking porn stars, I would too. Anyway, do I prefer Turkish politics to American politics? American politics because, like, as of now, I don't go to jail for covering it. Honestly. All the Dems paid so much in taxes and Trump is worth more than all of them combined. Yeah. Did he break any laws? I mean, if he didn't, it's really not an issue because there are lots of millionaires and billionaires who don't pay extra income tax if they can legally do it. Hell, I even try to pay less tax too. How about you?
His name is Hassan.
It's like you're so close, yet you're so far away. How do you
This is a deranged
get up to the finish line to smell the finish line, pretty much? Like your nose, your schnoz is like literally on the finish line. And then you go all the way back to the other side of the fucking race.
His name is Hassan.
Like, how do you not comprehend that you're right? But like, he's making the laws now. He's the president. And that's the problem.
Oh, you're such a big
Or that
man, Hassan.
this is the reason why our infrastructure is like a fucking D overall. I love paying more taxes. I'm a son, you dipshit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, moron, you do pay more in taxes. You pay more in taxes than Trump does. And it's literally because the system is built this way. Regarding liberals and taxes, Bannon is pushing for a 44% marginal tax rate on people making $5 million per year. Deborah Messing, this is disgusting.
Let's continue with this psychopathic worm. Here he is.
I was a right-wing conservative most of my life, and you have changed my opinions and perspective of the world a lot.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's like, it's legal. If it's legal, it's all right, brother. Listen, these are the same people who are like, if there weren't cops, I'd be raping. Like, not recognizing that there is a fundamental flaw there. That like
200K in taxes.
That like one, the laws are fucking written by the winners, and they are designed in this way so that it is not illegal for someone like Donald Trump to pay $750. Okay, while you pay infinitely more. And secondly, like, if cops are the only thing that's stopping you from doing rape, then we got bigger problems. Dangerous territory? What do you mean? It's like one of the most common things that conservatives say. It's like, dude, if there weren't any cops, I'd be doing raping. What's to stop me from raping? It's like, really? That's what's stopping you from raping? That the fact that you can't get away with it? That's weird. How about the fact that you're doing a rape and it's pretty bad? Oh, Jesus. I made $17K last year and I paid more in income taxes than Trump. Yes, I believe the number is $14,000. If you've made $14,000 as a single individual with no other people in your family, that's the number that pays $750 in taxes. Yup. $14,000. Oh, Charlotte Clymer blocked me, so I don't know what she's saying. Trump reported 427 million income total between 2000 and 2019, half from The Apprentice. This guy is running around telling the world he's a billionaire, building a brand on it, and not even 2 decades of pre-tax income gets him halfway there. Okay, are you sending this to me as a joke? This is why Charlotte fucking blocked me, okay? You understand, right? Because she is literally looking to find mathematically the worst fucking take that she can at any given point in any given circumstance. This is Charlotte. These weapons manufacturers are actually very LGBT friendly climber, okay? Motherfucking Charlotte ladder climber.
We're going to follow you right back to mommy. You get your milk.
Austin has a livegasm currently, plus call him.
Look at this Twitter trend. Oh, I can't. I don't know. Jordan might have deleted it. Very simple anecdote from Ethan about why paying more is basic decency. I guess I'm a libtard, but I happily pay more taxes if this meant this never happened to another person ever again. Sure, I was diagnosed with cancer and dropped my insurance, and it's either bankrupt or my family just died, but that's better than rich people paying more taxes. I mean, I'd really hate for anything to make them slightly uncomfortable. Great. Good time for this to come out, as we found out that Donald Trump pays, $750, but opening tweets on stream blindly is fucking crazy. You're a mad lad. I trust my audience more than anything else. Probably fucking stupid, but I trust. I'm qualified for a stimulus check.
I love the system. I can now remove the tinfoil hat.
Hey,
Trump is getting a 1,200 check in the mail, boys. No, you don't. It doesn't work that way.
Brother, I live in a trailer park, but it's okay, brother. Trump is owning the libs.
This is a deranged...
Mr. Trump, sir, pay more taxes. Fucking owned, dude. Kyle, you're wrong. We can't be divisive right now. What we need right now as Democrats is to show a united front for civility and civility only. Kyle, what are you doing? Asking Trump to pay more taxes is very divisive because it might remind Never Trump Republicans that they are also impossibly wealthy and they have to also pay more in taxes. And we can't do that. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. Anyway. By the way, speaking of which, while fucking covering all this, I still haven't been able to figure out exactly. I still haven't even read the fucking story. That's the beautiful part about this.
It says he paid just $750 in income tax, as well as the year he took office. And again,
it's on my second monitor, and I'm trying to go through it as best as I can, and I still haven't been able to go through
solve all this by releasing his tax returns, making them public. He called this reporting fake news. But here's all the times that he has explained why he can't show his tax returns.
Tax returns are very complicated. I have many, many companies. I have, tremendously, I have a very complex system of taxes. And frankly, I get audited every single year. So, mine, unlike everybody else who never gets audited, I get audited every single year, which I think is unfair.
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes when she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted.
The only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So
that makes me smart. We're under audit, despite what people said, and we're working that out. As I'm always under audit, it seems, but I've been under audit for many years because the numbers are big, and I guess when you have a name, you're audited. But until such time as I'm not under audit, I would not be inclined to do that.
Joining us now, CNN senior political analyst Sean Avalon and CNN political commentator and the host of Firing Line on PBS, Margaret Hoover. Guys, we showed a few clips there from the debates back in 2016. And
why are they in the same room? Are they married or something? What the fuck?
Election cycle is just a couple of days away.
No matter what, this just looks like they just fucked. Like, it looks like they just had sex, and now they're on TV. I'm so used to having people be in Zoom conferences now that it literally, you should have just logged in from a different room in the house.
And from a rigorous questioner, Chris Wallace, it's not going to be enough. Fake news is not going to be enough. Also, the story just hit tonight, and multiple stories will be following. So this is a developing story, and I think we're going to be learning a lot more.
Look, he's going to stonewall and call it fake news, but as usual, it's Trump versus the facts. And here's why this is so damning. For this guy who's been campaigning as a populist billionaire to be revealed as a fundamental fraud when it comes to his businesses, but more importantly, that he, living in the White House in the year he ran for president, paid $750 in federal taxes. That's less than hardworking middle-class families and working-class families across this country. That he paid more to the Philippines and Panama for business ventures than he did to pay for the operations of the U.S. government. That is just fundamentally unfair. You want to talk about a rigged system? It's how folks who lived in Gilded Towers on Fifth Avenue pay nothing, while working families scrape to pay their taxes.
It's kind of funny when you're like literally dressed this way in your nice fucking New York mansion talking about it. Like,
voters specifically care about
like,
this.
come on, dude.
You know, Anna, I'm not the person. I don't know. I truly don't know.
Look,
I mean, I can't
you can
tell
say
you right
the
now
exact
story
same thing
dropped in
about
the New York
me,
Times
but the
an hour
difference
ago
is
whether
like
it's gonna have
one,
deep resonance.
I haven't defended this fucking system and only attacking it because Trump is doing it. And two, I haven't been in this circumstance. I haven't gotten these gains over defending the system that allows this sort of shit to happen for years.
The United States in a position of needing to make money from businesses that could potentially put him in be a direct conflict of interest with his role as the president of the United States. Sure. And the people of the United States need to know that before they elect him again. And by the way, we should know that based on how he has proceeded in the presidency, looking back 3.5 years. If there is a direct conflict of interest, we need to know if he's making decisions based on his own personal financial pocketbook or the interests of the American people.
And I'll say, like, we know that the Trump organization is making money off politics and the federal government. We know that. I mean, this guy's a walking, talking conflict of interest. But we didn't know how bad it was. We didn't know that some businesses could be asking whether they're going to foreclose on the president of the United States if he's reelected. I mean, this is just such a long con that's in desperate situation of all collapsing on him. And it speaks, I think, to his desperation to hold on to power. Because he's convinced a lot of folks that he's a successful businessman. And in fact, he's been booking losses at an unbelievable rate. What's so rigged about the system is it means he doesn't have to pay taxes. In some cases, he may be getting refunds that are bigger than most folks will ever see in their entire lives. It's insane.
And so let me ask you, John, and kind of bounce back the similar question I asked Margaret, which is, how does this impact the election? Because as you point out, this president has really projected himself as the best businessman. That is why a lot of people I talked to, I recall in 2016 specifically, were voting for him. They saw him as aspirational. If he knows business, if he, is able to be as successful in his life, then he could help me be more successful in my life.
Okay, so here's the thing. So a big part of the reason why he's paid so little in fucking federal taxes is because his businesses suck dog shit. So, and they're constantly fucking losing money. Like, he spends a shitload of money, right?
As a conservative, I absolutely
and obviously that's a terrible fucking line of attack. Like, don't be like, Trump is a bad businessman. He's not running the country like a business, or he's running the country exactly like he's running his businesses into the ground. All of those as a liberal might seem good to you, but like, it's fucking, it's not gonna work. Like, it's just not. What you need to fucking stress, and this is a little indecent, but what you need to stress is like, this system is fucking designed by people exactly like Donald Trump to benefit people like Donald Trump, okay? This is the line of attack. The only line of attack in this circumstance is to agitate people by saying, look, this is how this works. You are a billionaire, and Trump is a billionaire with a B, okay? Don't fucking call him a fake billionaire. That's the most frustrating, annoying thing you can do. Because no one gives a fuck. It's not like people like billionaires. Don't do the fake billionaire narrative. Just say, nope. The reason why Trump gets to pay $750 is the same reason why Amazon pays $0. Is the same reason why rich people get away with not paying taxes because they reinvest all their money back into their businesses, or their businesses operate at a loss. While you are paying proportionally a much more significant chunk of your revenue, like of the revenue that you generate year over year, than they are. And this is how it works. That's how they keep making more money. This is the way that the system is designed. That's why you're paying, it feels like you're paying even more than you are every single year. That's why everything's getting more expensive. That's why these social safety nets that are supposed to help you in times of need don't help you. And that is the truth. And that guy, Donald Trump, born with a fucking silver spoon in his goddamn mouth, turned around and gave fat tax cuts, the fattest tax cuts to the corporations and the wealthy at a time when they were reporting record high profits. That doesn't help you, the average American. That helps them. He is very much a part of the billionaire class. He is very much every single day expressing class solidarity with billionaires. Meanwhile, you are fighting against your fellow men and women in the working class, not recognizing that these guys are getting away with literal fucking murder. That's it. All right, here, I'll bring in Austin now, our lib correspondent. Austin, to hear what he has to say about this matter. Okay, let's see.
So what do you provide? His name is Hassan.
We tailor portfolios to our clients' needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right?
We don't have those.
So what's in it for you?
Our fees are structured so we do better.
His name is Hassan.
Where is he?
We're clearly different.
All right.
His
moment I've been waiting for all day.
Hassan.
Tell you.
Goddamn.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is our liberal correspondent, Austin Show.
Thank you.
Mr. Show to you.
Yes, it's Mr. Show.
His
I'm
name
the
is
official liberal
Hassan.
correspondent of the 2020 election cycle. I've actually, some of the takes that you hear today are going to surprise you. They are.
This is a deranged.
Number one, New York Times article. I think that this is what I've discovered in the last few days. The Democratic Party is like a flaccid cock. It is. They are so incredibly boring, and they will always take the least entertaining and least controversial path. And it is so incredibly frustrating. I woke up to an article from Axios this morning alleging that Democrats did not want to go hard on Amy, or the new Supreme Court Barrett, right? Whatever her name is. Because they didn't want to seem like they were attacking a independent, strong woman or something like that, which is just insanity. When a Supreme Court justice is literally somebody who could take away the rights of women to choose millions of Americans off of health care, they're just, you know what, Hassan, you're right. Democrats are cucks. The New York Times article with the tax returns. Here's the deal. Trump has 95% approval rating in the Republican Party. The Republicans won't give a fuck about it. You're absolutely right. They don't give a shit about it. They're going to say exactly what you said. They're going to say, oh, he's smart for not paying taxes, yada, 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 yada. Because, you know, they're going to argue that he leveraged depreciation off of his numerous real estate assets, which is legal under the tax code. And that's why he didn't pay as many taxes, which is an intelligent move by a smart businessman. When in reality, the reason he didn't pay as many taxes is because he sucks as a businessman, because his companies are trash. That's why he's lost so much money in all of them. So that's my take on the article. As it pertains to the election, no, it doesn't fucking matter. We've all known, everybody that's voting against Trump already has known that he's a piece of shit. This isn't anything new. We all knew that he didn't pay taxes.
Wow.
This isn't some sort of groundbreaking discovery. I think that, you know, it does clog the news cycle with some negativity, and that maybe plays a little bit of an advantage, but it doesn't really do anything. Again, this story is a flaccid cock story. Now, there may be some more interesting things that come in the coming days that are undeniable proof that he only paid $750, but it doesn't matter. They're still going to vote for him. I mean, it's just incredibly, these people are incredibly stupid, and they'll believe anything that he says. So that's my take on this article. And I think it may shock a lot of people, because in the recent days, I have done some research on multiple things, including The most recent one that I did research on was the fact that Donald Trump is threatening to undermine the election and challenge it in the courts, which is extremely scary, is dangerous. And I don't think Democrats should be comfortable at all.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. This did shock me.
Yeah.
I know that you sent me a tweet earlier.
With that
expressing
article
your-
that I referenced, right?
Yeah. With the article that you referenced, you said Democrats are so boring.
No, I referenced the article that said Democrats privately fear that going too hard on Amy Coney Barrett would backfire if senators are perceived as being nasty to an accomplished woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
you
so
are
pathetic.
you are just fucking getting blackpilled, dude. Slowly but surely. Good.
It's pathetic,
Welcome,
man.
The problem, of course, is that like this is not a fun place to be. It's not a fun place to be because, like, while you will usually be right, you will always be unhappy. Because at least with like liberalism, there is, a sense of hope, a better tomorrow that you could have believed in. That you would come in here always and be like, look at the poll numbers, Hassan.
I do like the poll numbers still. That's something I
Austin
get hard on every
of
day. I
okay,
do
but
check
like
the polls.
Austin of
I do like
last
the polls.
week would have came in here horny, excited, mouth watering, like this
No.
is it. This is the silver bullet.
No. I literally, before I even tuned into your stream, I saw the article and I was like, oh, this fucking doesn't matter. We know he didn't pay taxes. Like, of course he didn't pay taxes.
It's still good. And narratively speaking, this is yet another fucking arrow to put on your where do you quiver? Okay, I was thinking like, where do you put your fucking arrows?
Yeah.
So this is a good fucking weapon to use against Donald Trump because it still goes back to that very same broken system dynamic. Billionaires are fucking stealing your money. They are getting away with it with your fucking the value that you add on to their capital, okay, through your labor, and then they pay no taxes, pretty much no taxes whatsoever, and they're getting away with everything, and they're fucking you over, and they're laughing at you behind closed doors. Joe Biden, on the other hand, is a salt of the earth guy, blah, 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 even though Joe Biden is a fucking cuck, too, to this very same system. He can absolutely...
He's writing off. He's writing off his real estate as well, just not as much of it.
I mean, Joe Biden paid $3.7 million in taxes. Donald Trump paid
he probably
$750.
he probably wrote off the. Hey, look,
no. These guys are smart. They're like Tom Steyer. Like Tom Steyer, a billionaire before he fucking ran for president, for the past 10 years had like all of his taxes were lined up perfectly. Like his taxes actually look great, and that's why he immediately revealed them. And he revealed them immediately because he could reveal them, because he knew that he wanted to be president. Like, these people that know what that needs to look like care more and actually do pay a big chunk of their taxes. Like, they pay, because it does look bad. It does look bad when you fucking, when you hide your assets, or when you fucking finagle and maneuver your way through our complicated tax system to the American people. Exactly what we're hearing now about Trump paying $750, you never want to happen. You never want that to happen to you.
It's believable, obviously. I wouldn't say it's unbelievable. It's very believable. What's crazy is he paid an alleged, self-proclaimed billionaire pays $750 in taxes when I pay $950. It's just ridiculous, that he would be able to get away with that. But, the Democrats, I do get hard on the polls a little bit. I do get hard on the polls just a little bit because I do still believe that there is that if it's more decisive, then it's got a better chance. But still, this is what's going to happen that I've learned. This is what's going to happen. Trump on election night is going to call victory. And he is going to immediately work to try to stop the late count of the mail-in ballots, which are legal, and he'll allege that they're all fraudulent. And he'll try to use his power at the lower levels of government and at the state level of government to try to stop the count and try to steal the election. Sort of like they stopped the count in the year 2000 in Bush v. Gore, which I also looked into. And I just can't believe that Gore were Democrats cucks 20 years ago too. He gave up completely after there was like a deliberate stop.
Yes, Al Gore was a cuck. Yes.
Like why did 20 years ago? I'm looking at this. George W. Bush should have never been president of the United States ever. And I'm just looking at this like, holy shit, 20 years ago, same thing happened. And another frustrating thing, me watching Joe Biden, and I think I even texted this to you, but you ignored it. But it was Joe Biden. Why is Joe Biden sitting up there? And when they ask him questions about whether Trump could undermine the election or is trying to steal the election, he brushes it off as something that couldn't happen or it's not going to happen. And I trust the system. You know, why is he doing that? Why aren't they taking full advantage of this opportunity to say that he's a fascist and he's actively trying to
Get ready. Are you ready for this? No,
Democratic
not the
process?
fascism stuff, but I'm going to take this back to the tax situation.
Okay.
You want to know why the Democrats aren't going to be like, this is how the rich get away with it? And that is a fundamentally broken system, and that's why we need to fight back, and that's why we need to fix the system, even though it's the truth. And they should say that, but they won't say it. Because they're fucking rich. How did they get rich? By helping build this system that's fundamentally broken so that Donald Trump can get away with, and people like Donald Trump can get away with not paying taxes for 10 years.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I love money. I'll be real with you. I don't, it's hard for me because like, I don't know. It's tough, but I will pay more taxes. But not, you know, I mean, come on, let's not push it, right? I mean, I will pay a little bit more taxes, but can I have some deductions just a little bit? But I'm just being honest, right? I mean, come on. But I mean, $750. I mean, come on. I mean, I'll pay a little bit more than that, right? I told you, $950.
Okay, well, you know, that mentality is the problem. Like, and that's not your actual mentality anyway. You're memeing right now.
Yeah, I
but
know.
most people think you're not because they know you as Lambo Patel. So fucking watch out.
I know. I don't actually have a Lambo. It's a lie. Oh man, but that's my takes. These are my takes that I developed wholly on my on my own. Haven't even been watching you the last few days. Just been doing some studying on the polls. And I will also say, I have to concede that your take on Trump stealing the election became more mainstream very recently. I don't know if you've noticed, but it came more mainstream.
Oh,
Like, the
you
mainstream
don't
media
say.
started- yeah,
That's so
it started to
strange.
become more mainstream.
That's
which
so strange
conveniently
that's so strange that yet another thing I said that was seemingly marginal and in the edges is now also something in the forefront of the political conversation that everyone's talking about.
You know how I knew it was mainstream?
Well, how did you know it was mainstream?
I called my mom, and she's like, Austin, I don't know. I just think that Trump's going to try to steal the election. I said, oh. I said, oh no, Mom, oh no. I was like, where'd you see that? She's like, MSNBC. I said, oh God, Hassan was right. It got to
I
the
love that
mainstream
like you
media.
need MSNBC to talk about it to believe it, by
I
the way.
know. I was like
when I
my
tell you
mom-
something, you're like, no, fuck off, dude. You're not MSNBC. But my mom saw it on MSNBC. Well, it must be real now.
Well, no. I was already onto it before my mom called me. That's just when I knew that it had hit the mainstream media, is that my mom knew about it. And you know what my mom said this morning that would just make you die? She's like, well, those damn Bernie supporters are why Hillary lost in 2016.
Oh, no.
And you know what I said? I said, Mom, that's not correct.
You said, you're absolutely correct, Mom. I
No,
know one of them.
I didn't. I didn't say that. She's like, yep, that's true. But she doesn't. She said Hillary was a terrible candidate. She did concede that. So That was good. And what she also said, which is concerning to me, because she watches MSNBC. She's a MSNBC, CNN watching lib, is that just like me, that she thinks Biden's going to get just walloped in the debate. That's what she's, I don't know where she's even farther than, she might have swallowed the black pill before I did, because I'm even cautiously optimistic. Like
I need to hold on. By the way, I need to respond to delayed autistic guppy in the chat who said, "Dude, you were shitting on Bill Maher when he said Trump was going to steal the election." I wonder if there's a difference between what I was saying, like literally after universal mail-in ballots and after Republicans started talking about exactly how they were going to steal the election, versus what Bill Maher was saying, which was, the orange fascist is going to steal the election 4 years ago. Like, I wonder if there is more of a legitimacy to what I'm saying, telling you exactly what process they were going to use at a time post-COVID, post-universal mail-in ballot registration, and how the voter patterns were going to bear out, versus what Bill Maher was saying fucking 3 years ago. Like, oh yeah, he's going to find a way. What, did he fucking predict COVID too? Did he predict COVID and universal mail-in ballots? And then on top of that said that Donald Trump was going to utilize the 2000 era, like the early 2000 Florida decision Supreme Court case by like pushing a narrative for fucking entirely a year after COVID that delegitimized mail-in ballots, and then try to solidify that the election results were going to be known on the night of rather than a week later because of all the mail-in ballots that were sent in. Really?
Yeah, really?
Because I don't think he fucking predicted any of that shit. I think he was just being a stupid lib going, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Donald Trump is going to steal the election.
Hello? Hello?
Well, I'm here still. It's just a laughable notion. It's a laughable notion to think that Donald Trump was going to steal the election when he was going to win the fucking election before coronavirus.
Now, I still think Joe's going to win. I just don't. I think that it's going to get really messy. That's my new take. So I still think Joe's going to win. Now, my perspective might change after he shits himself literally on stage at the debates on Tuesday. I'm very, very afraid of that.
Also, these aren't fucking predictions. Like, it's not a prediction when Republicans literally tell you what they're going to do over and over again. I'm just listening to what they're saying and then repeating exactly what they're saying. It's only a prediction when motherfuckers who only watch MSNBC think it's a complete ridiculous take that I have, that then turn around and go, oh, wait a minute, MSNBC reported on it too, so now it's actually real.
Okay,
it's only a prediction if you're not paying attention.
Question. Do you think...
So the idiot in the chat saying stop calling them predictions because you hear what investigative reporters are saying. What am I supposed to do as a pundit? I speculate on what the fuck I'm reading, okay? And I read from the same investigative reporter sources that the other MSNBC pundits can read from as well. And not only that, but I also listen to the Republicans. Trump has been saying it. So it's not exactly a fucking prediction. It's only smart if the rest of the fucking field is polluted by absolute morons. So while I am a himbo and an idiot, the only advantage I have is that I fucking listen to the Republicans, what they say they're going to steal the election. Sorry, go ahead, Austin.
No, I think that's accurate. But what the Democrats need to do is, I think that the Democrats have some sort of performance-enhancing drug that it's the nuclear of all nuclears, and that's what they're going to give Biden before the Tuesday debate. Whatever it is, do it. All you can do. I mean, whatever it is.
Are you ready for endless disappointment when Joe Biden tries to be civil with Donald Trump on that stage, and Donald Trump
he just needs to hit him. That's all. Hit him. Just throw a punch. Throw a punch, Jack. Just throw a punch.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. a thing you should get ready for is that Joe Biden is not going to hit him hard.
It's going to be a lukewarm performance. Do you think he gets walloped in the debate? What's your prediction?
Well, the only way Joe Biden gets walloped in the debate is if Donald Trump bullies him. And that could even backfire on Donald Trump. I've been thinking a lot about this. If it looks like Donald Trump is really beating on an old man, that could literally hurt him. You know what I mean? So like Joe Biden's weakness in that circumstance might actually become a benefit to him. Like it literally could look like ableism. Like Donald Trump really just shitting on an old dude could make it look bad to like people in the middle. You know what I mean?
Now what you're about to hear could be a lib take. Okay, I'm just preparing you for it. But that's what I'm here for. I've been analyzing the presidential debates of 2016. I went the other night. I fell asleep to the 2016 presidential debate with Hillary Clinton. And one thing that I think Trump has a disadvantage this time around is the fact that in 2016, Trump was the drain the swamp candidate. He was very much on the offense, but now he has a record of 4 years to defend, and he is the swamp. And I think that you're going to see on the debate stage is that he is going to be on the defense a lot more than he was in 2016, and I think that puts him at a disadvantage.
To what? Defense to what, Austin? If there's a defense, someone needs to be doing offense. I'm telling you that, like, Joe Biden's not going to do offense.
Joe Biden's going to do offense.
No.
All right.
Donald Trump doesn't need to defend himself against anything. Like, he literally doesn't. If no one uses the truth against them, then why would he even need to be on the defensive?
Well, I think some of these questions, the questions that are going to be asked during the debate are going to be put him on the defense, like coronavirus.
Yeah,
racial
yeah,
tensions.
facts. Like literally, because he's so bad that actual fucking facts being uttered are instances where he needs to be on the defensive. Now, do I trust Chris Wallace? Not really. He's still at Fox News. He's still on the Fox News payroll. He's done a good job before. He's done a good job interviewing Biden. He's done a good job interviewing Donald Trump. But do I still trust him? Absolutely not, okay? One, because he's a fucking pundit, and two, because he's a pundit at Fox News. So I don't trust him. But let's say he asks questions. Donald Trump is Mr. Deflection. This is what he thrives at. Like, Donald Trump doesn't need to do debate prep because he's not going to be debating Joe Biden. He's going to be debating the truth. He's going to be debating against the truth. Okay? He's going to be debating against facts. And guess why he doesn't need to do fucking debate prep for that? Because he does that every motherfucking night and every press conference that he's ever done. He does roundtables where he literally flips the roundtable over to saying, 200,000 people died. They fucking deserved it. Like, he literally, he just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's always building his fucking tight five, like nonstop. 200,000 people, fake news. Europe died more because they're socialist. And Joe Biden wants European socialism to come. No, communism, actually. Like he's constantly deflecting and constantly setting up counters that push back against Donald Trump. Push back against Joe Biden.
Well,
and,
you know what?
And Joe Biden is going to be very weak on that stage, like a lot weaker than someone like Hillary Clinton even. But we shall see. I really hope they fucking pump him full of whatever horse steroids they give.
Well, we just need to take all the I was so excited last night because I watched an interview with him on that he did recently. And then I actually went and watched the full interview, and the interview that I had watched was cut up to make it look as if his sentences were coherent. But I watched the full one, and I watched the person interviewing him struggle, like close their eyes at one point, and helped him to say what it was. Oh
yeah, that video I saw. Trump War Room posted it. Yeah, Stephanie Ruhle.
Was it the MSNBC interview, right?
Yeah, Stephanie Ruhle was like telling him what the fucking thing was. I forget what it was as well.
I know, but Trump. They help him. They help Trump sometimes too. The Fox News one. What's her name? Who the hell was her name?
Like when Donald Trump was when 12 women had come forward about Donald Trump sexually assaulting them. One of the women being his fucking first wife, like who mentioned it in like court proceedings. Okay, like when that happened, and then the grab that didn't do anything to him, and then the grab him by the pussy tapes came out with Bully Bush, and like people were like, "This is a big deal." Republicans are, you know, saying Donald Trump has to apologize. It's I think the first and last time that Donald Trump ever actually apologized. People forget about that. He literally did apologize for that, by the way. Yep, anyway, but like, what did he do after? And he apologized quietly, not so much that like it became a big deal. He did actually apologize for that.
Yeah, he did.
I'm fairly certain he did it like
He
quietly
did.
though. It didn't become like a big deal, right?
No, he apologized for it.
But then what happened? Then what happened? He fucking
he
had
went and
Juanita
had the-
Broderick
yeah.
and like all of Bill Clinton's victims and accusers come to the fucking debate stage just so he could point at them and go, "Oh, grab him by the pussy. That's just locker room talk. Look at all these women who've been fucked by Bill Clinton, your husband, that you defended." Like after I saw that, that was a black pill moment for me, by the way. That was it. That was it for me. When I saw that, I was like, what a fucking freak. What an absolute mad lad. Like he literally did it.
Were you Were you a liberal in 2016?
What do you mean? Was I a liberal? No, I have always been way more radical than the average Democrat for a very long time. I was a big Bernie bro. I still fucking advocated for Hillary Clinton, obviously, and like try to get people to vote for her, even though I was fucking criticizing the shit out of her as well.
I ate next to Bernie. I told you that story. He didn't shake my hand though, so I didn't vote for him in 2016. I didn't actually get a chance to. The Oregon primaries are always over by the time everything's already over. By the time, but yeah, he didn't shake. He walked right past me. I tried to take a selfie.
Okay, people are calling you Hank Hill.
Who's Hank Hill? What is that? Well, I know Hank Hill, but like, why am I being called?
You're a Bernie bro only during elections? What? First of all, in America, election cycle coverage is permanent. You understand that, right? As soon as this is over, we're gonna start talking about the midterms. There's like a month break between now and midterm elections. Like there's a big election every 2 years, so
I'm a pink name.
It's literally permanent. Like and it's on purpose. It's for the political news industrial complex to make money. So so technically you're right. I am only a Bernie bro during election cycles because the election cycle is permanent.
What is your plan for Tuesday?
I remember being, what's my plan for Tuesday? I don't know. We're just going to cover it. Ryan Grimm is going to come up.
I will watch and study the debate. If you need my perspective, I will be here.
No, yeah, we'll have you on. Dude, people are saying, well, first of all, people are saying you're part of that complex. I'm a part of the political news media complex. And secondly, people are saying you have a rich person laugh, which I agree. I think you do have a rich person laugh.
I do? Are you talking to me?
It's like Hardy. Yeah, you do have a rich person laugh.
Me? I have a rich person laugh?
Yeah.
I don't. All right, maybe a little bit. All right.
yeah. See, he's trying to change his laugh now, but it still sounds like a rich person's laugh. You sound like someone who pays $750 in taxes.
I don't dodge taxes at all. I don't. I try to deduct a lot of stuff, but I don't. It's all legal, right?
Yeah, you'd be a fool if you paid more than $750. Believe me. Why would I pay any more? Liberals are paying more in taxes. Many people are saying this. We see through your bourgeoisie lies.
Believe me, Beijing Biden.
I love when they say it's all legal. Like, I wonder how it became legal. Like, the question always should be, okay, if it's all legal, how did it become legal, you think? Like, who made it legal, you think? You think it has anything to do with fucking billionaires becoming president? Like, literally?
Perhaps.
So then it's like, well, demon rats made it legal. Okay. Got it. Fair. So you understand that it's bad then. Like, you're implying that Democrats did it that way, so it's bad. Or are you trying to say Democrats made it that way and it's good? If Biden who won, will the DNC nominate in 2024? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm losing. I'm already. Yeah. I think I'm. I may be where you were in 2016.
Maybe.
Because I too am losing faith.
I've been lost faith, dude. Not a good thing. I told you it's better to be in your situation.
After the election, though, like, what am I going to be excited for? Joe Biden's inauguration? I mean, what the? If
I think the best thing that's going to happen. Like the best counter. That I wonder if we'll hear from Republicans is going to be, well, Trump is actually paying his employees too much.
Oh,
that's why his business is.
Oh my! But he can't. No, he can't concede that because the lie is that he's paid a lot in taxes. That's what he's going to try to say. So he can't say.
No. His businesses aren't dog shit. It's because he's been paying his employees too much. He's too magnanimous and he's too charitable, and that's why his businesses are constantly underwater.
Okay, looking ahead to 2024. Let's say Biden does win the election. There's no way he runs again. God, no, please. No way he runs again. He's got to. I don't even know if he makes it through. I don't even think he makes it. I don't even think he makes it through a term. Honestly.
No, he wouldn't run again.
God, what does the Democratic Party have? Like Pete Buttigieg? Oh God.
Oh fuck. I am so excited for that.
Oh no, I'm just not a.
Oh, it's gonna be so great. Well, wow, that's real homophobic of you. That is.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that internalized homophobia? Yes, we got him, boys.
Totally
Time to cancel Austin Shill.
Yeah, that's why. It's because he's gay. That's why. There you go.
Yep.
You got me. You got me.
Wow, he admitted.
That's right. Just what happened.
A lot of people are tagging Hassan the Hun, so I will too. This person in New Jersey found the greatest sign of all time. Why did you guys all fucking tag me in this post? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, Hassan, I am so excited for tomorrow because there's going to be new polls that are going to come out. I'm going to get hard. I literally wake up, I reach for my phone, and I look at 5:38 every morning. That's what I do every single morning.
Yeah, I know. I know
so
you do. And then you text me. You read the first article you can, and then you text me. Just get ready.
Right.
Just get ready for fucking every, and I mean every Republican to say, Trump is smart. That's why he fucking paid so little in taxes. Get wrecked, libtard. We want a president who's smart.
Yeah, my favorite tweet I saw recently was something about being a fascist to own the libs or something like that. Something along those lines. I forgot what the hell the tweet was.
Good one, Austin. I'm just.
All right.
Yes, yes. Turning fascist to own liberals is a joke, but also at the same time. Wait, what? Wait, okay, before you leave, this is Deputy Campaign Manager and Communications Director for Joe Biden who said, Vice President Biden intends to deliver his debate answer in words. If the president thinks his best case is made in urine, he can have at it.
What? Woo boy.
What does that mean? Is he...
Who's K-Beds?
It's his comms, Joe Biden's comms director. What does that mean? Is that like a P tape? Or is he saying drug test? Is that a drug test reference?
Probably.
Because
Yeah,
Trump
that's probably
wants
it. That's definitely it. Yeah, that makes sense. his best case is that there's a drug test. Yeah, that makes sense.
Ew, dude. These guys are so bad. No, here's what would work. If Joe Biden was like, I'm going to pee on you, Jack. You want a drug test? Here's your fucking drug test. And he takes his cock out, and he's got a fat hog. He takes his cock out, and it's massive, okay? And then he starts peeing on Donald Trump's leg. Wins the election, dude. He would sweep every state. I swear to God.
Oh, man. Do you think it plays to the advantage if Joe Biden gets pissed off and like goes on just loses, like, you know, you've seen some clips of him just losing his mind and like, you know, getting in people's faces and stuff. Like, I think I like
good.
that.
It's not bad. It's not.
I like that. If he loses his mind and like loses his temper and like starts to just call him a whack job or whatnot. Because I was watching last night, I fell asleep to Hillary Clinton getting interviewed on Howard Stern. Have you seen that interview?
Hillary Clinton getting interviewed on Howard Stern. I watched parts of it. I was so disgusted and disappointed that I couldn't get through it. Howard Stern is such a cuck, dude. It hurts my soul. He's such a lib.
I enjoyed the interview. One of my favorite parts of the interview is that George W. turned to Clinton at the end of the Trump's inauguration speech and said, what the hell was that weird shit? Or something like that. George W. said to Hillary.
Yeah, you're a lib. Yeah,
I am a little bit. I enjoyed it. That was my favorite part.
It appeals to you because you're a fucking lib, dude. Because you're a dirty lib.
Well, I have to maintain my place as the lib correspondent.
No, I feel you, dude.
So, I mean, you have to. This is the electorate right here. Me, I'm the electorate. I represent the electorate. Okay, Hassan, I will see you on Tuesday. And I will be ready tomorrow. I'll be studying. I'll be watching all the debates. Rewatching all the debates in the next 2 days.
Okay, lib it up, dude.
I'm literally probably more political than you are at this point.
Hello? You're saying you're more political or almost as political?
No, I'm more political, I think.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. All right.
Probably. It's true.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right. Bye, Austin.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Damn. Okay. This piece shit is whack. Is malarkey. All right. Let's see what else they're going to talk about.
Far too often. Alicia, NBC's Kelly O'Donnell, thank you for joining us from the White House. Let's bring in Chief Correspondent Haley Jackson. She's on the phone with us. Haley, what most stands out to you about this reporting?
You know, there's a number of things. Kelly did such a comprehensive job.
Push you just a little further on this, if you don't mind, sir. If she believes that the idea that it was a tax, as articulated by the Chief Justice, was kind of far-fetched.
They're not talking about... They will never talk about the taxes, dude. It's so good.
$750 in the first 2 years when he was elected in 2016, and then the first year of his presidency. You're already seeing Democrats jump on that with, of course, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer tweeting, hey, raise your hand if you paid more in taxes than President Trump did. That is going to be a line that you're going to hear a lot in the coming days from opponents of the president. I think the losses that Kelly was talking about at the president's properties, including, for example, his Doral golf course, where the president spends a lot of time. I think Kelly was just down there this week when the president was visiting there. It really paints a picture of somebody who is struggling financially, and the huge number of loans, $300 million in loans that is coming due in the next 4 years. This New York Times report does reveal a lot of things that people have been questioning for a long time, and now we start to have some answers. And I think, the other really important piece of this, on the top line here, are the conflicts that are revealed, that the New York Times lays out, potential conflicts, we should say, of the president and the power of his presidency being used to help offset some of those losses. So, for example, that roofing company that spent a lot of money at one of the president's properties right as they were lobbying for some deregulation as well. So those are the kinds of things that I think ethics watchdogs will be all over, as many of those watchdogs have been concerned for years now about the president never truly divesting himself from his businesses and what that means. Now, the president, as my colleagues know, as Kelly and our White House team knows, was very defiant at this press conference. That is not particularly new, casting this as fake news, despite, of course, the Trump Organization lawyer being quoted on the record in this piece. But I do think it's worth noting, listen, I've been in front of the president a lot. I've asked him repeatedly from the day, right after he was elected president during the transition, all the way up until, recent years here, why he just won't release his tax returns. This comes up all the time. It comes up every year, right around tax day, when the rest of America is filing their taxes. And the president consistently says, because nobody cares except for you, right? He points his finger and he says, only reporters care about the tax return. That is just
fucking laugh.
Online poll from July, right? And this is consistent with the polling we've seen over the last 4 years, showing that 2 in 3 Americans, 2 of every 3 potential voters in this country, believe that President Trump should just release his tax returns, to just show them, as is custom.
$70,000, right? Yeah, $70,000 in write-offs for hairstyling. That ugly ass fucking censored ass looking hairstyle is 70 grand. 70 grand of a write-off. During The Apprentice, together 9 Trump entities have given off at least $95,464 paid to favorite hair and makeup artist of Ivanka Trump. Meanwhile, I asked my accountant. I was like, do I get to write off my rent and stuff? Because I literally sit indoors and stream for 12 hours a day. And they're like, no, you can only write off 25% of your rent. Meanwhile, this motherfucker's getting his daughter's hair as a write-off. He's getting his hair as a write-off. Like, but I can't even get my fucking, like, technically, it's literally everything that I'm doing is on camera. Everything that I do as a part of my life is a part of the content. Pretty much. Can you write off your haircuts if you leave them on camera? I get them for free, so I can't even write them off. Does the taxes thing even matter? Well, the thing about the taxes is that it shows a much larger problem that, like, billionaires pay pretty much nothing in taxes. The New York Times' story is riddled with gross inaccuracies. Over the past decade, the president has paid tens of millions of dollars in personal tax to the federal government. While we tried to explain this to the Times, they refused to listen and rejected our repeated requests that they show us any documentation they preferred to be relying on to substantiate their claims. Of course, I can't help but the question of the timing of the story. Obviously, this is just part of the Times' ongoing smear campaign on the run-up to the election. That's why he gets audited every year. I wouldn't follow his lead. They will never release the tax returns. I mean, they're not going to. It doesn't matter that it's...
He said that the president should release them or shut up. And even earlier this week, when he was campaigning in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, Biden talked about the fact that the president hasn't released those tax returns. He suggested that the reason the president hasn't done so is because he doesn't want Americans to know how much he paid. This was all part of Biden's pitch as he's tried to lean into his own working class roots, as he's framing this campaign as one between Scranton, Pennsylvania, his birthplace, and Park Avenue, talking about President Trump. And for Biden's own part, he has released a lot of tax returns, more than 2 decades. Back in 2008, when he ran for vice president, he released 10 years, and then he released all of those tax returns while he was still in office, and even 2 years after he left office. So we are still waiting to hear exactly how Biden will respond to this, but it has been common for him to push for the president's tax returns when he's been out on the campaign trail.
Is there any, do you know how?
Okay, here we go again. Donated $7.50. Here's 1/100th of Donald Trump's taxes. One day when a Jean Pogo, all pre-recorded lip shit, not any value. Wait until tomorrow when real coverage occurs. Azerbaijan, no, the name, not place. Pogo, okay. Emo competition when? Pogo, artist, question mark. Says, here we go again, Redux, who's been crying. Communism bad, says, I have a prostitute coming over in 2 hours. Do you have any advice? I'm nervous. This is my first time getting a prostitute. No, I have no advice for you, dude. Godspeed.
His name is Hassan.
Okay.
Pog 0.
Trump fanboys don't give a shit. They're going to say that he's smart by being able to avoid paying taxes. Yeah, I know. It's a good story because, again, the only reason why it's a good story is because you can further used this as an opportunity to show the divide between Donald Trump and everyday common American citizens. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, one of the
Hold
things
on,
that
I'm gonna grab
former Vice President
fucking
Biden has
Diet
said
Mountain
is that
Dew,
he
baby.
will be fact-checking the president on the stage.
I'm gonna grab a Diet Mountain Dew, the beverage of the proletariat.
A lot that can go wrong with that, and most of which is you can eat up all your time talking about what the other person just said as opposed to talking about what you would be doing.
Yeah, that's right. And that's something that they're going to have to consider as they're heading into Tuesday night. They have acknowledged that it's not going to be possible for Biden to fact check every claim from the president. Now, the Biden campaign has suggested that that's the job of the moderator. The commission has said that that's not the moderator's job. That's up to the candidate to fact check their opponents in the debate. But they will certainly have to deal with that heading forward. And Biden has said that the president doesn't know how to debate on the facts. Biden has said that he doesn't understand domestic policy and foreign policy. And Biden's people that I've spoken to acknowledge that he's very well versed in policy, having served in the Senate for many years as well as the White House. But as he heads into that debate, he's going to be looking for.
Okay, this shit sucks. There is a remarkable thing that I'm hearing from a lot of people, even in my audience. And it's truly frustrating and maybe even scary. And that take that I keep seeing in even my chat is, well, they can't use the New York Times reporting because, like, the sources have not been revealed. So they're going off of the New York Times' word. Guys, it doesn't fucking work that way, okay? When the New York Times reports something like this, they don't fucking report fake news. Like, is it that pervasive? Is the narrative that fucking powerful that you literally think, like, when the New York Times, you think the New York Times just lies? Like, are you fucking insane? Have you fucking lost literally every brain cell that you have? The only time the New York Times lies about shit like this is when it's coming from government sources directly related to American foreign policy, where there is already bipartisanship being demonstrated on a daily basis. They fucking lie when it comes to advancing America's agenda, America's State Department policies, America's foreign policy. That's the only time the New York Times will literally just fucking lie. Like when it comes to imperial conquest. The New York Times doesn't lie about American citizens that are the fucking president. You can't do that. You would get literally fucking obliterated. Like, you would get fucking destroyed. Especially because what's the immediate way to destroy the New York Times lies? I don't know. Release the tax returns and show that it's a fucking lie. Donald Trump could have done that all the way back in 2015. Okay? And then he could sue them into literal oblivion. The people who can't fucking sue the New York Times are the dead Iraqi victims of American war crimes, okay? But Donald Trump can sue the New York Times. He's very powerful. He's very litigious. Millions of Americans love him and adore him. Okay? So stop saying, remember the Iraq war? Like, yeah, fucking dipshit, I know. American foreign policy is an area where our mainstream media, our credible institutions of legitimacy, our credible outlets will lie to further the American agenda. But this is not one of those instances where, like, just because the fucking sources are anonymous, that means that the New York Times is lying. Anonymous sources are understandable.
This is a deranged pervert.
D.
Can he release them while under audit? Will his lawyers allow it? Will they sue the New York Times when the audit is done and he releases them if he does? See, this is another beautiful part of this process that I love. First of all, of course he can fucking release them while he's under audit. Why wouldn't he be able to release them while he's under audit? Secondly, even if it was literally illegal, even if it was literally fucking illegal for him to release his tax returns while he's under audit, when has Donald Trump ever followed the law? Like, are you fucking dumb? Are you insane? Like, do you actually think that Donald Trump is not releasing his tax returns because there's an audit going on? Are you that much of a fucking simp? Like, the president who has pardoned war criminals and the president who's pardoned, like, racist sheriff Joe Arpaio and Roger Stone and his just homies. The president who is like very openly fucking lied, cheated, stolen, done whatever he can, and violates the Hatch Act on a daily basis. You think that guy is like afraid of a fucking audit and that's why? That's why he's not releasing his tax returns? No, he's not releasing his tax returns because they're going to show the truth, which is probably a lot closer to the New York Times reporting than what Donald Trump is claiming.
Money from the Philippines, from Turkey, as well as other places during the time he's been in office. Is that the reason he constantly praises Erdogan and allowed him to just move into Syria and move the Kurds out and try to wipe out the Kurds? I mean, it does. It's not just. Yeah, go ahead.
You have autocrats in the Philippines and in India as well. And one of the things that was stunning in the piece was that while he was not paying taxes, apparently not paying taxes to the U.S. government, he was paying taxes to the Philippines, to India, and to Panama for licensing deals. Yeah, I mean, I think the story does detail ways in which the president has monetized his office to his own benefit. It does raise the question of what would happen if he was
You don't follow Obama, but follow Trump? Yeah, because Obama's fucking boring. Obama's posts are dog shit. They're garbage. Like, why would I follow Obama? Well, yeah, the most civil. Yo, we need civility, folks. What we need now is civility. We need to focus in times of need on repeating the mantra that climate change is real and it's devastating the planet. It's like, okay, cool. What did you fucking do? Black voice. Dude, I'm double canceled today. Obama Twitter isn't good for Hassan's chaotic ass brand chat. You should know that. No, it's just boring as fuck. Like, it's so boring. Don't boo. Cancel culture has gotten too far out of hand. Awful impression you better Trumpkin. Doing half black voice or weird briefcase.
This is a deranged pervert.
Is he going to pay all the taxes that were unpaid? No. Let's
Rich,
be clear. Let me be clear.
On average, pay about 24%, I think, according to the Times, whereas President Trump is, I mean, radically, I mean, paying.
Why did the media that didn't say anything about Trump's taxes last election is saying it now? What are you, fucking stupid? They did say shit about Trump's taxes last election, too. No, the real question is, why didn't you care about it? That you didn't even hear about it. They fucking nonstop demanded that he release his tax returns. They haven't stopped demanding that he releases his tax returns. It's just you haven't been paying attention because you probably fucking only listen to like Breitbart and Fox News and shit.
Magical audit that this president has been under for so long. And we actually got a lot of details about what that audit is. And the Times indicates that he is under audit because the IRS is challenging the president's seeking of an almost 80 million in a tax refund, which is an extraordinary amount of money. And so I think it really does open up a little bit more of the book of what is really going on here with his finances.
Abby Phillip, thank you.
Anders, let me just say, if I could,
I got to go, but very quick.
Thing.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was going to say, you know, this ties into he feels that people who served in the military are suckers, and he feels like people who pay taxes are suckers, and there are a lot of people who pay taxes and a lot of people who serve their country who may resent that.
Yeah. David, thank you. Abby, thanks. Coming up next, what then citizen Donald Trump said about President Barack Obama's taxes. Yep, there's a tweet for everything. Yet again, it is proven.
Oh my God, their coverage is literally. Like, I do the same coverage from here, bro. This is so sad. Yep, there's a tweet for everything. Like, that's so bad, dude. Come on. I'm a fucking 29-year-old himbo relying on his chat to, like, look at all this dumb shit. Meanwhile, their coverage is, like, literally the same shit.
His name is Hassan.
Looking at Anderson Cooper reminded me of a game you should try out. It's called Sly Cooper. Good one.